All right, man. This is another episode of Lost Souls of New York, man. I'm with my man right here, man. What happened to you, man, that made you homeless?
Well, I went through depression and I started doing drugs, and then I became homeless, and now I've been hooked. Now I'm trying to let go, and it's been hard.
All right. Now, how was your upbringing, though? Like
I
your
was hit, I
mother?
was hit a lot by my dad. He was an alcoholic. My mother loving, very loving, and
Any brothers, sisters?
I have one sister.
One sister. So you're not in contact with your sister, though?
No, not at all.
How long ago haven't you seen your sister?
For about 20 years, probably.
Oh, it's been 20 years. Well, are you from New York or are you from another state?
No, I'm from New York. I was born here.
All right. So you was born here. But what made I'm just saying, like your upbringing. You say your father was beating on you and he was drunk. But what made you? What age was that?
From 1 to 15.
So 15, you became homeless?
No, I thought you meant how long I was beating.
No. But what age? What age was you when you came homeless?
About 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So you've been in the streets since 10 years ago?
Yes.
Tell me, why haven't you gone to a homeless shelter?
Because I never make the curfew.
So it's about the curfew with the shelter?
Yes.
So that's what it is. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't have children.
No wife?
No wife.
No wife or nothing, huh?
No.
So well, how hard is it for the shelter? You saying no curfew? So without the curfew, you would have been good. You saying?
Yes, absolutely.
So are you on any drugs, man?
Yes.
You're on drugs. So how long you been on drugs?
Oh, 20 years.
20 years.
On and off.
Well, could you tell the people, the kids, and like, how did you get on drugs?
Well, one guy said, let him try this. And then he said, I better not because it'll destroy his life. And then I said, yes, I want it. And then I took it, and that was it.
So that was for the whole 20 years. What kind of drug do you do?
Crack.
All right. Now tell me, you said you've been in the cold, so where do you sleep when it be below zero? This New York City.
In the subway.
In the subway, but aren't they kicking people out of the subway now?
Not really. They become a little bit more sensitive to the homeless, and they let them ride the trains like in the morning time or at nighttime. During the day, they'll wake you up and send you up, but they're more sensitive now, and they let you ride the train and sleep.
Oh, so they're giving you a little courtesy on the train.
Yes, they're more humanitarianish, more sensitive to the homeless than they were years ago.
All right, so but you're saying, so when it's freezing, ain't it freezing in the train station now?
Then we ride the subway.
Then you ride
the trains.
on the subway.
The
All
trains
right.
are hot.
So, do you feel safer on the subway?
Well, it depends how you sleep. I keep my head near the wall so that way no one can bang me in my head,
Yeah, 'cause I see a lot of dangerous things happening on the subway when I see the news. That's why I'm asking you this. Like, do you feel safer than on the subway than in the shelter?
Yes, actually, I do.
So you feel safer.
But I also sleep during the day mainly, outdoors with blankets covering me. And I stay awake at nighttime because it is dangerous at night. And that's when a lot of the violence towards homeless people takes place at night.
All right. Do you go through any depression or anything?
Yes, I think I am. It doesn't feel like it. But they say fear, when you're angry, it doesn't feel like fear. But the core feeling behind anger is fear. So that's why they say fear doesn't always feel like fear. And that's why depression doesn't always feel like you're depressed, but you could be extremely depressed. And I think with my choices, I have depression.
What grade you finish in school?
I have 13 credits in college.
Oh, so what major you was taking?
I was taking business administration because I didn't know what to do. But then I went to art school, which wasn't college oriented. I went to HB Studios and acting school, and I studied the Stanislavski method of acting.
Mm-hmm.
I took speech. I took what else? Speech and voice to shoot it. I took some Shakespearean training, but that was just a bit too much at the beginning. And I took contemporary acting, and I took a coach with Shakespeare, and I keep reading some Shakespeare, and you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what made you get out of college?
I was doing marijuana and I couldn't keep up with the pressure of I was smoking, sleeping, like disturbed the whole process.
Oh, so you got into drugs when
Yeah,
you was
it wasn't
in
even a
school.
little amount of marijuana. It was a lot. So that's why I was like,
Was that the gate to open up other drugs?
yes,
It was
absolutely.
marijuana?
It's a gateway to open up to a lot of other drugs if you have an addictive personality or you're wounded that way.
Oh, and so was it just you, or you have buddies or whatever that you hang with or whatever, or you just stay out here to yourself?
Most of the time I'm by myself because the people that are homeless, not all of them, but like 80% of them are abusive or trying to rob you or trying to be friends with you to get shit from you.
All right, and one more. When was the last time that how old was you when you finished college? How old was you?
I was 22 when I
And
finished college.
between the 20s, what age was you when you messed up in life?
About 22, yeah.
So 22, so how old are you now?
51.
So you 51. All right,
52.
man. You 52? All right, man. So I'm saying to the kids out there, what would you tell them not to do and not how to succeed in life?
Stay away from anybody who does alcohol or drugs. Well, that does excessive alcohol drinking. Like if they drink once in a while, it's all right. But if they're drinking every night or every like.
But
two or
not
three
that.
times-
Do you have anything like really positive to say for the kids out there? Like
Yes.
something.
Get into clubs or groups of people that are doing things. Like get into a movie watching group. Get into a outdoor exploring type of group. Get into groups that are into healthy activities. There's a website called meetup.com. They have crocheting groups. They have sport watching groups. They have yoga groups. They have karate groups. They have boxing groups.
Now-
They have
all right.
meetup.com.
But tell me something. You said your father was a drunk. So was that a little something why you really
Yes,
became?
I spoke to the doctor. He said that because you have an addictive personality, you have to warn your children that they might have an addictive personality also.
But then you
It's-
say you ain't have no children?
No, I don't. But I'm 52 and I'm a guy. Guys
Yeah.
can have children at 80.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. That's no lie. That's no lie about that, man. So you're right about that, man. I just hope, everything go right. And for the people that's out there subscribing, like, you know what I mean? I'm doing this for the people. We ain't taking their money or none of that. We giving money, you know what I mean? And that's how we do out here. Just subscribe and like. You heard?
Thank you.
Subscribe
Thank
and
you.
like. Subscribe
Thank
and
you.
like.